Now we are going to draw the ray diagrams for the concave mirror and for the convex mirror. As we are aware of the rules now, so we are just going to draw the ray diagram first for the concave mirror. First we are going to draw a ray diagram for concave mirror. See, whenever we are drawing the ray diagrams for the concave mirrors, we have to remember those rules which we did, that a line coming straight after reflection passes through focus, a line coming from focus becomes parallel after reflection to principal axis, and when it is passing from C, it just rebound back, and when it is striking at pole at certain angle, it get reflected by the same angle. We need to remember all such rules. But whenever we are drawing the ray diagram, we need to consider only two rules. So any of the two rules we can consider, and we can just make the ray diagrams. So in the first case, I am considering that object is between pole and focus, because object can be anywhere. So what we'll do is we'll consider different places for the object, and we'll draw the ray diagrams accordingly, and we'll look for the characteristics also, that what kind of image, what is the nature or what is the position of image is formed when the object is at such and such position. So in the first case, I am considering that object is between pole and focus. So this we have. Right, this is pole, let it be my focus, and this is my object. Right. So I told you that we'll be considering two rays. So in this case, I'm considering two cases. One is that a ray coming parallel to principal axis. We know that when the ray is coming parallel, after reflection it is going to pass through focus. Second, I'm considering that a ray is coming from C. Let this be C. A ray is coming from C, and we know that when the ray is coming from C, it retraces its path. So do you think that they are meeting, those reflected rays are meeting at certain place? No. One reflected ray is going in this direction, other is going in this direction. They are parallel almost, and we know that parallel rays do not meet. But if we will produce them behind the mirror, if we imagine and just produce them behind the mirror, we see that they meet, and this is the image formed. So what is the nature of image in this case? The image is virtual, erect, behind the mirror, and it is bigger than the object, obviously, so it is said to be magnified. So this is the ray diagram when the object is present between pole and focus. Now the second case I am considering, let my object is at F. The position of my object is at F. So this is my concave mirror. Again, I am just completing the diagram, pole, F, and this is my object. Again, I have to consider both the cases. One, I am taking that rule that a ray coming parallel to principal axis. We know that a ray which is parallel to principal axis, after reflection passes through focus. The second, the same one, I am taking a ray coming from C. It is coming from C, it just rebounds back. Right. So now that means whenever we will be making this rays, we will see that though they are parallel, but they are definitely going to meet at certain point at infinity. We do not know that how far is that point. So we will say that they will meet, these two parallel rays are going to meet at infinity. So the image, because they are actually going to meet, therefore the image is real, inverted. It is you can say it's highly magnified, very big in size. Right, and it will form that infinity. This is the sign for the infinity which we use. So don't get confused between these two figures, as they both appear to be same, but actually they are different. See, here the object is between pole and focus, and in this case object is at F. So whenever you are making the ray diagram for both the cases, don't get confused. In this case you need to make a figure, the image behind the mirror, as we are just producing the rays, and here the image form will be real inverted, though, because these two parallel rays are going to meet at infinity. And as I told you that parallel rays do not meet, but and now I am saying that they are going to meet at infinity. You know that why they are going to meet at infinity? Because this is due to atmospheric refraction, which you will be studying in the higher class. class. Atmospheric refraction is a phenomena in which the straight line is no longer remain the straight line, it will get deviated, and moreover this will also get deviated, and they will definitely meet at certain point, and we don't know where that certain point is. Therefore, we say that they will meet at infinity. So whenever the object is at F, the image is formed at infinity. Right. So this is the ray diagram when the object is at F. So now I am moving my object from one, like earlier we took here, then we moved it to here. Now I am taking a case when it is between F and C. Now object is between F and C. So this is concave mirror, this is again pole, this is focus, double of this is C. So my object is between F and C. Again I have to consider two rules. So I am considering that object coming, ray coming parallel to principal axis. After reflection it passes through focus. And in the other case again I am taking that a ray is coming from C. As I am making it with rough hand, so I am not taking the appropriate distance, but whenever you will make, just take the appropriate distance. So a ray, if I say a ray coming up here to be coming from C. See, whenever you are making a ray from C, don't make like this as I am making, because I am making rough-handed, therefore I am making like this. Otherwise, whenever you make the image, the ray is actually coming like this, and then it is retracing its path. Like whenever I am making for C, it is happening like this. But now for my easiness, what I am doing is I am just drawing a dotted line so that I can have the correct path. Otherwise, it is coming like this and then it is moving like this way. Right. So what happens here? Again, I will make this. So the ray which will appear, which will come from C, will come from C. It will rebound, and we'll see that as we'll move, as we'll just extend it, it is going to meet at certain point. And though it is meeting here, so therefore the image formed will be upside down because they are actually meeting. Therefore we say that the image formed is real but inverted. As you can see, object is like this and image is like this. So it is inverted, and moreover you can say it is bigger in size, therefore it is magnified. And what is the position? It is beyond C. It is formed beyond C. So this is how you are going to make ray diagram for an object between F and C. Now we are going to move this object to point C. So now the case is that the object is at C. So this is my concave mirror, again my pole, focus and C. Now my object is at C. So what happened again, I am going to take the two case, but in this case, we cannot take the that case that the ray coming from C rebounds, because here the object is at C. We cannot take that case. So I am taking the other two cases. One, the same one, a ray coming parallel after reflection passes through focus. And the other I am taking is that a ray passing from focus after reflection becomes parallel, because we have this kind of rule also, na? A ray coming parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus, a ray coming from focus after reflection becomes parallel. So I am taking that one. That one is that a ray coming parallel after reflection passes through focus, and the other one is a ray coming from focus after reflection becomes parallel to the principal axis. So we see that they meet here. So this is the image. This image is very different from all, as it is formed at the same point, that is at C. Again, because they are actually meeting, so it is real image but inverted, and moreover a curious point to know is that it is of same size. It is of same size. The next case I am taking is, now I am going to move this object beyond C. So next case is that object is beyond C. So this I have concave mirror, again pole, my focus, my C. Now my object is here beyond C. So again I am taking that two cases. So let us take that two simple cases. A ray coming parallel to principal axis after reflection passes through focus, right, and the another one, a ray coming from C, just retrace its path. So where these two are meeting, they are meeting here. So this is the image. As it's so simple to draw this one, right? So this is again, because they are actually meeting, it is real but inverted, and as you can see, it is smaller in size. The smaller one is said to be diminished. That means it is smaller than the object. And where it is formed? It is formed between F and C. So this is how we are going to make an image when the object is beyond C. Now we are going to take in another case when the object is not beyond C, it is very far from the mirror. That means it is at infinity. Object is at infinity. So whenever the object is at infinity, so again this is my pole, let my focus, double of its is, we know that is C. So let's say the rays are coming like this. So as we know, it is a converging lens, and the rays coming parallel after reflection passes through focus, again from focus. So that means it is making the rays meet at this point. This figure is actually similar to that one. We did that for the nature for the concave mirror, the same one, the parallel rays, and it is just converging in one point, and where it is converging at F. So where is the image formed? Obviously it is formed at F. And the important thing is that the image formed is highly diminished, very small. It's too small, just like a dot. And moreover, what is the nature? Because they are actually meeting, so again it is real and inverted. So these are the 6 cases which we can consider. That one is object between P and F. So you should know that the image formed is virtual erect, behind mirror and magnified, and second is at F, so it is formed at infinity, real, inverted and highly magnified. See, more far is the image formed, more bigger it is. So because here it is forming at infinity, so we say it is highly magnified, and the point the nearer point, if we look for the image which is formed, it is at F, therefore we said it is highly diminished. So you need to take care of that whenever the object is between P and F, it is formed behind the mirror, at F it is formed at infinity, between F and C, beyond C, at C, it is so simple to remember, and beyond C is between F and C, and infinity is at F. Actually you see, these 2 cases are just opposite to each other, this one and this one. When object is at F, image is formed at infinity. Here when the object is at infinity, image is formed at F, just reciprocate. And moreover, even these are similar. I am just going to put a sign here so that you can just look for this similarity, this one and this one. See, here the object is between F and C and image is formed beyond C, and in this case object is beyond C and image is formed between F and C. In both the cases it is real and inverted, and even this is very simple to remember because at C, at C. So that means they are all interrelated, and only one you have to keep in mind, that object between P and F, the image is formed behind the mirror, virtual erect and magnified. You may get question based on this, like you don't get a direct question, may get a direct question, but always means to make a question little tricky. What your teacher asks you, that they say that draw a ray diagram when the image formed is highly magnified. So you get a question by image. So you need to locate an object yourself. Suppose I tell you that draw a ray diagram for concave mirror when the image is highly magnified. So it should directly click your mind, highly magnified, that means at F, that means an object is should be at infinity. So this is this case. So you will be getting a question like this, image formed is highly magnified, image formed is behind mirror. So that means they will be just highlighting any 2 cases out of that. Maybe they are giving the position of the object, maybe they are giving the position of the image, or they are just giving the characteristics. So you have to be very tricky in that case. You need to locate that what kind of ray diagram you have been asked for. So in a simple manner, like when I was a kid, you know that how I learned this. What I did, I just I just made a tabulated form in which I just made 3. I'll just make that for you. I made 3 columns like object, image and nature. I did like this, and what I did, I wrote all the cases like between P and F, at F, between F and C, at C, beyond C and infinity. And then I wrote there this thing that behind mirror, infinity, beyond C, at C, between F and C and at F, and even the nature, because the first one is virtual erect, otherwise all are real inverted. And this I told you that more nearer it is to the mirror, it is smaller, and more far it is from the mirror, it is bigger. So I just remember this chart first, so that whenever I get a question, a tricky question, I don't need to think so much. Like if my teacher asks that I want a ray diagram when image is formed at infinity, so I just be very you can say very confidently, I said, oh okay, image infinity, that means you want this one. So I just drawn this because I was aware of the characteristics even. So I am just this is my advice to you, that first go through this chart, learn this chart, write it 2 or 3 times, and then try to draw this ray diagrams, because once you will be drawing, you will be knowing the result, and whenever you will be knowing the result, you can easily make those ray diagrams as beautiful, right? And one more thing, whenever you are making the ray diagrams, as I have drawn with a free hand, but whenever you are drawing, just take care of these distances, as we know that focal length is half of radius, or you can say this distance, suppose it is 6 centimeter, 3 centimeter, so this is also 3 centimeter. So just keep the distances also accurate whenever you are drawing with the ruler or something. So this is the image formed by the concave mirror. Now we will be drawing for